You all wanted this, and I am here to bring it. And without 1 month ago, we find more locales. Today we're going to be looking into Bubba Guerrero, and you may be asking, why did his channel get deleted? Well, not all of them, not all of his channels, but the one that had a marker from BFB as his profile picture. I reported it because he kept on being a complete asshole to people on the internet. Not only that, he just doesn't learn shit. In fact, he always wants to stay in hot water. This dude really doesn't care about the consequences of his actions. But I can ask this in question. I wonder why he wanted to pull an EDP multiple times and still refuses to give a damn about it. But will he give a damn if he gets caught with cheese pizza? I think so. It would really be over for him. In fact, his recent behavior is so damn annoying that it almost made me want to rip myself in half with the fact that he keeps on making alt accounts, which literally have porn on it, and the fact that he rather just keep on violating YouTube's community guidelines. Plus, again, I'm the guy that keeps on flagging these accounts, and it was probably a chance to see if he'll finally realize that maybe, just maybe, violating community guidelines isn't okay in the slightest, but instead it doesn't make him realize shit. But at least it's pretty satisfying just to flag it, because he is one screwed up individual, and not to mention, he literally got in trouble for being exposed for talking to a 12-year-old girl. The 12-year-old girl pretty much told him to leave her alone, but knowing how Bubba is, he cannot learn to take no for an answer in the slightest. It seems blatantly obvious that he'll never change from his antics, no matter what we try to do. Oh yeah, he got a police report after he was talking to the German girl, and when he got the report, he threw a whole ass tantrum about it. He really is unable to listen or realize or ever learn that his actions have consequences from the looks of it. And it's no wonder why I keep on flagging his accounts. He's doing this to his own self, yet he rather makes some stupid ass statements saying that we're the ones who are terrible and he's a good person, when very clearly the evidence that's being provided here by Shadow the Hedgehog UTTP doesn't even prove that you're a good person at all. In fact, by the evidence provided, you just want to act all innocent and act like you don't deserve the amount of hate you get, when very clearly you do. And you pretty much make some stupid ass apology saying that you're sorry for what you did, and you hope that they'll never find out the person you actually are in real life. However, it ain't gonna work like that, but hey, you can't learn shit, Bubba. That's on you, not me, not YouTube, and it's definitely not on someone who is way more self-aware than you are, pal, yet you don't know what self-awareness is, when very clearly it could be in the dictionary, but I think it is in the dictionary. But anyway, that's all I have to say. See you guys later.
Well, I never thought I had to talk about this weirdo, but I might as well get on with it. Now roll the intro. Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about a guy named Dan Sobel. If you don't know who that is, he's part of the physical media community. And if you don't know what that is, I suggest you better go watch the Perfect Citizens video on it, because I'm pretty sure he does a much better job at explaining what the PMC is than I do. But now back to Dan. So who is he? He appears to be 26 years old, and he lives with his dad, and is apparently diagnosed with autism, just like me. However, this dude will always go out of his way to make himself look worse. Yeah, this dude has done some of the most unhinged stuff I've ever seen. And also, the fact that he gets all hissy and grotentious about people calling him out, and the fact that he's also 26 years old, acting like this, actually makes me pretty mad. Like, dude, you should actually take accountability for what you've done. However, you can't because you have the freaking mindset of Chris Chan. Also, you threatened Bella Harris, which is completely uncalled for and not to mention disgusting. You licked your dog's tongue, which you probably should have never done, and also, you decide to go out of your way to threaten Austin Lee's father after he made like free call-out messages against you. However, you still don't want to take accountability for your actions. Also, you attacked Homer Simpson over those cringe compilations. Also, you want to say that there's no such thing as a mall screamer when there's like footage of your friend Ben Lucero screaming his ass off in the frickin' mall, which is something he should have never done. However, you want to act like he didn't make it. Well, very clearly he did, and re-uploads exist. Stop acting the way you are, and actually get some therapy, and just get off the internet altogether. However, you're probably never going to do that because you refuse to listen to people who tell you this. Anyway, I'm out. See you guys later.